Before we start discussing today's topic, argument analysis, the PSAT, we're going to revise the character sketch again. Because I asked you yesterday that you're going to write down a character sketch to the narrator of the Fall of the House of Usher. So before we start, I'm going to revise what we have explained yesterday. I'm going to listen to your essays you've read about the narrator of the House of Usher, a character analysis to this character. So he said that character sketch or character analysis informs you about the character in a book. When you write a character sketch, you're using these words, you are using your words in order to draw a picture in the mind for this character. You want the reader to have a strong mental image of the person, including how the person talks, acts, and thinks. You have to consider the following points while making a character sketch, right? Preparing a character sketch. You have to mention the gender, male or female, age of this character, and his name. You got to describe the appearance of this character, physical and personal strength and weakness. The feelings and behaviors towards the characters. The feeling of character towards himself or herself. Personality at the beginning of the novel. And ask yourself if this personality has changed or his point of view got changed. Okay. And you have to give your opinion about this character. When you cover these points, or most of these points, so you are drawing a character sketch. You can make use of this diagram. Just a minute. You can make use, you can fill in this diagram making use of it. It's gonna help you making a character analysis. You have to write down here the physical description of this character. Is he tall? Is he short, slim, fat, average, handsome? Just a minute. And here, relevant background. I'm going to write it down. Any details you have about this character as a background of him. And here, you're going to write down what that flows. In the qualities, redeeming qualities, his traits, something that motivates him, or a lot of things that motivate this character or urges him to do something. You are searching in here for the close of this character, something that makes him get bored, something that motivates or encourages him to do something, and something relates this character to the story. Something links this character to the plot. And we gave that example. Ruwan is a 12-year-old boy. So here I mentioned what? I mentioned the gender, he's a boy. I mentioned his age, fine. who lives in the tiny village of Green. He's small. He once again I'm talking about what his appearance. He's rather scrawny for his age. His unkempt, truly brown hair looks like a mob. His tiny face and his thinness makes him look like a walking skeleton. Here we are talking about his appearance. The people in the village poke fun of Ruban. So here is the how other characters in the story see him. The adults call him a weakling because he never stands up for himself. Again, we are describing how others see this character. The children call him a coward because when confronted with a problem, Ron always runs away. Describing his character again. Ruan is the gentlest of the children in the village. He is the only child that can approach any of the farm animals without scaring them away. Some of his traits they trust is soothing touch and calming voice over the roughness and loudness of the other kids. Ruan faces the greatest challenge of his life. Here we are linking this character to the plot. What's his role in this story or in this plot? He possesses a special gift that he must use to save the village from the fierce dragon that lives in the mountain. He starts the journey. So here I'm linking this character to the story. He starts the journey, afraid of what he might face and worried that will let the village people down. After facing and winning over his first test, he grows more confident and stronger so that by the end of the novel, he has all the strength he needs to face his greatest test, a face to face meeting with the dragon. I think, and here I'm giving my opinion about this character, saying I think Ruan does not deserve to be treated so poorly. It takes all kinds of people to make the world it, and everyone can teach us something about how to be a better person. Okay, so right now I ask you to write down a character sketch or character analysis to the narrator of The Fall of the House of Usher. I'm gonna give you 10 minutes. If you prepared something as home assignment, you can read it aloud. You can read it loudly right now. Hey guys, you there? Are you there?
Yes, Mr. Yes, yes.
Great. Who
Yes,
wrote
Mr.
the character sketch?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, great. Have you written down this character sketch in your homework?
Yeah, Mr. I answered the homework of Placera
Okay, we can discuss it right now. So can you read it aloud, please?
of Placera. The homework of Placera.
Yes, great. You send it to me in class here, right?
Yeah, and full mark.
Oh, great. So can you read it, please? That's not the question I asked you yesterday on class zero. I asked you by the end of yesterday's period to write down a character sketch to the narrator of The Fall of the House of Usher, Frederick Asher and Madeline Asher. Do you remember that? Will you answer me, please? Have you written down this essay?
No, Mr. I forget.
So I can give you 5 minutes right now to start holding your pen, using your paper to write down this essay. Go ahead. I'll count 5 minutes. Now it's 9:55. 10, we are going to discuss your essays. Fine?
Okay, Mr. The essay of what?
A character sketch to the narrator of the House of the Fall of Asher. Okay. Got 5 minutes. For the guys who joined us lately, we are writing down a character sketch or character analysis to the narrator in the Fall of the House of Usher selection. So please hold your pen, use your papers in order to write this character sketch. Giving you 5 minutes to do so.
Mister,
Yes.
actually, yesterday I didn't attend the class, so I don't know what's the story is talking about, or the narrator, or like this.
Yes, that's why we started revising this period. Because I've got 6 students who were absent yesterday. So that's why I started explaining again the character sketch. Okay, I'm going to revise, but just give me 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay, once again, I said when you are writing down a character sketch or character analysis, you have to talk about this character. You have to mention the following points: the gender of this character, is he male, female, his age, his name, his appearance. I mean, by his appearance, if he is tall, if he is short, if he is thin, fat, average. And we're going to talk about his physical and personal strength and weakness, things he like and things he doesn't like, his feelings and behavior to the other characters, feeling of other characters towards this character. So simply,
نور
excuse me, how can
شو
he see the other characters?
عارف العبود
The characters can see him. In his
Teacher, not
personality
weak.
at the beginning of the novel, what?
Suck my dick.
Alhamdulillah. What's that? If you are talking about his
هاي
attitudes, the character
هلو
attitudes, the character
هاي
point
هلو
of
Mister, you can kick him. We don't know it, actually.
teacher not me
Pass Abdillah, kick him.
I did.
محمد الحامد كيك.
Mr. also محمد الحامد. He's not محمد الحامد. And also
You shut
حمود الحربي.
chill
Someone,
chill.
حمود الحربي.
Snitch.
واي احمد حربي واي
يا ابوي ما تسمعنا.
يا ابوي كل زق.
يا رجال.
So once again, at the last, you're going to mention your opinion about this character. Those 10 points should be mentioned about the character you are drawing a sketch for him. So go ahead. You're going to talk about the narrators telling me that it's helpful because when his childhood friend asked him to come to help him or to solve his problem, and he accepted the offer of his old friend because he's helpful somebody. Of course, he's a male. He didn't mention actually his name or age, what's his average. Um, he likes music. He likes drawings. Uh, the other characters like him because Roderick actually trusted him. He likes him so much. That's why he asked him for help. He didn't ask anybody else, but he asked for the narrator's help. So you can talk about the others' feelings about him. The others like him. He likes the others. He's helpful somebody. His personality is not changed during the course of the story. That's why he is a flat character. He has a good personality. In my opinion about this character, you can say he's a good friend, and a friend in need is a friend in need is a friend indeed. So you can depict him or describe him by saying he's a good character. You finished? For something temporary, it could be a paragraph right now. Um, I'm not asking you for a whole essay, but you can write down a paragraph and tell me. Who finished? Guys, who finished? Hello?
Yes,
Why don't you answer me? Yes, you finished?
What do you want me to answer?
You finished?
Your voice is lagging.
يا عيال طلع الاستاذ ولا كيف؟
Yes, can you read please what you have written down?
ها شباب.
I want someone read, please.
Mr.
What?
Okay, I will read.
Good. Go ahead.
There are many mysteries happenings that go on throughout the story between the character Roderick Asher and
Yeah.
the narrator.
Good.
Throughout the story, Edgar Allan Poe used themes such as madness and insanity to connect the house back to Roderick Asher.
Good.
Asher, the narrator, goes through many different experiences when arriving to the house. The narrator experience starts out as almost in the beginning, turn into bigger ons right before his eyes and end up becoming problems that cause of mind and house before. The narrator even decided to do anything helpful for Roderick and his mental illness.
Illness.
Yeah, finish.
Finished?
Yeah, this I can't find it.
Yes, but actually, you neglected a lot of important points in here. You didn't tell us that his gender is blah blah blah, in his appearance, his likes and dislikes, according to the plot, his feelings about the others, the feelings of others about him, the personality, his personal change or stay the same, your opinion about this character. You have to mention all these points. Got it?
Yeah, Mr. Thank you.
Most welcome. Who else? Well, guys, who else can read his essay? Hello? I want you to be interactive,
Yes,
please.
mister.
So you have, yes, good. Omar? Ahmed Amin. Who's that?
Ahmed Amin.
Ahmed Amin. Have you written down the essay?
I didn't finish, mister. Can I send it to you, mister, afternoon?
You can write it down. You can read what you have written down now.
Mister, because
Later on,
I'm trying to write a letter, but I didn't finish. It's not. I try on it.
yes, but it's not the letter I'm asking for. It's an essay.
Change it to essay, mister.
Yeah, it's essay. It's not a letter. I'm not asking you to write down a letter.
Okay, I will change it.
Okay. Who else? We still have 5 minutes in this period. And after this, we're going to get a 5 minutes break. And after that, we're going to continue the second period. So in these 5 minutes, I want to listen to you. You know, listen to your essays about the narrator of the House of the Usher. Hello, guys. I may help you
I'm here.
some. Yeah, Have you written down? Okay. You can write down like this. The narrator. Actually, the narrator of the Fall of the House of Usher has no name. He wasn't named by Edgar Allan Poe. He is a young man. It's not obvious that if he is strong or weak, but we know that he's a good character. He's a helpful because when he received the letter of Roderick Asher, he uh, he came to Roderick Asher's house to help him. While he was sitting with Roderick Asher, he was listening to music, and it's obvious that he likes music. He was sharing his drawings with Roderick Asher's. That's why you can say that he's a character who evaluates art. He likes the others. He helps. He likes to help the others. He's not so intelligent. His experience in life is not something. He doesn't have a lot of experience in life because he didn't know that Madeline was still alive while burying her. So you can say that he doesn't have a long experience in life. The other characters likes to deal with him. They like to interact with him because when one of his friends fall in a big problem, he asked him for help. So the others see him someone that who can offer his best to do something good to friends. That's why I'm calling this character a flat character. It's a static character. His point of views never change during the course of the story. In my opinion, is that the narrator actually uh, is a good person.
Mister,
So the character sketch could go like this. Yes.
Mister, there is two students. You need to kick them.
He's doing what?
They came from outside the school and they're making destruction in the chat. You can see it.
Really?
Huh?
Will you tell me his name, please? I'm going to kick him out.
The first one. We have fish, like fish from, I don't know. Yes, this one. And also the one called محمد لا no sorry called حمود الحربي حمود بن الحربي.
Why, teacher?
He's not. Yep.
Okay.
تنشف عينك اسكت.
called حمود بن الحربي.
خلاص
محمود.
زق انقلع اطلع كل شوي داخل.
And Saeed.
Hamoud is not. Hamoud.
Yes.
He's not one of our students.
No.
Yeah, what?
No, Mr. It's written outside from organization.
Yeah. Well, that's right. So right now, yes, right now I guess you know how to write down a character sketch. That's why today you have to write it down once again, but this time you're not going to talk only about sorry, about the narrator. You're going to write down a character sketch for Roderick Asher, for the narrator, and for Madeline. So you've got 3 character sketches to be written today, guys. Fine. Hello.
Yeah, fine.
If someone tried to write down, please read it aloud. Fine. Our next video talks about PSAT again. Actually, this time we are facing the argument analysis. Why is it important to discuss the argument analysis? Well, if you are going to check the reading, the evidence-based reading test in the SAT, you're going to face the following elements. You're going to find questions that ask you about these elements. Question that you are going to be asked to answer in the 5 critical thinking reading passages. Well, you are going to be asked about the author's message. So you're gonna find questions asking you about the main ideas. Some others asks you about the textual evidence. Some of the questions asks you about a summary of the text you read. Relationships between characters, between events. Qualitative information. Okay. You're gonna be asked about the author's craft, the purpose of the writer, his point of view, counter arguments, and this is what we are going to discuss today. Structure and diction, which is the orthography. Fine. All of these points are going to be covered in 52 questions, and you have to answer them in 65, sorry, in 65 minutes. We're going to have comparison questions between pair passages. You're going to have comparison questions based on graphic accompanied passages. So in here, it's this point we're going to discuss today, which is the counter arguments. Fine. Again, guys, when you analyze the questions of the SAT reading part, while reading, you know that this part is targeted in some questions because it's the writer's author, for example. So you know that here in this point you have some questions. When you reach the point of view of the writer, you know that this part is going to be covered in a question. When you reach the argument, here you know that I have a question or more, covers this part. In the structure, the diction, main ideas, the textual evidence. In a summary, you have to get the general idea of the passage. So you're going to be asked for some questions. Covers this part, which is a summary of the whole idea, the central idea, relationships, and qualitative information, which relates to what? To the quality. Some comparisons. When you find comparisons, you know that this part is important because it's liable to have some question covers it. Fine. Okay, right now we're going to get out this class. In 5 minutes, we're going to join into the next period. because you've got 2 periods today. Fine, guys?
Fine.
So, yeah, see you next class after 5 minutes. After 5 minutes again.
Is it 5 or 15?
Excuse me?
Isn't it 15 minutes or is it 5?
5 minutes only, and we're going to join in the next class.
Okay.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.